Hey pre-calcers, do me a favor real quick. Copy down these logarithmic rules that we're going to look at. So pause the video, copy them, we're going to talk about them. This section will be about properties of logarithms. But if you don't have these properties down, then this whole section is going to be a flop. So make sure that you're pausing the video, copying these down, and we're going to talk about them in just a second. Pause the video, right? You copy these down. Okay, let's do this. So these properties of logarithms help us combine two logarithms, sometimes more, with a variety of inputs, different bases, things of that nature. So this first property here is saying that if we have logs with the same base and we're adding the two, we're allowed to take the inputs and multiply them together, which seems weird as to why that works. There are examples out there. I may show one in class, but for the time being, you can just accept the fact. That will make this whole process a lot easier. So as an example, we could say that if we were to have log base 8, let's call it log base 2 of 8, and let's have this multiplying with x. Based off of the property of logarithms, we're allowed to separate these two with the same base with the input of 8, but then adding on log base 2 with the input of x. And this is a safe move. So in problems like this, they might ask you to simplify further or expand. Let's be open to those directions. Could we take anything further here? What do you think? Well, log base 2 of 8, if we think of this on the sidelines in green for the money, we could think of this as 8 should be equal to 2 to some power. What power makes sense here? Should be saying 3. So collectively, we would say that our answer is 3 plus log base 2 of x. That's it. We can't simplify this any further, so this would be it. How about for that next one, where we have the quotient now of x and y, where this is equal to logs, again, with the same base. That's really important to have the same base, where the log a of x is subtracting log a of y. We can combine them into one logarithm, and they'll be multiplying the inputs. So let's take a shot at this. Let's say that we have log base 8. Let's keep these numbers simple. Let's call this 8 over the Vine number 21. Sure, why not? So we can separate this into two logs, both base 8, where we have 8 first, because 8's up top, and then we subtract log base 8, 21. So log base 8, 21, we don't know that yet. Log base 8 of 8, we can simplify that. We saw that previously, where this is just going to be 1, and 1 minus log base 8, 21. We don't know how to simplify these just yet, but for the time being, this will work just fine. Easy stuff. This third property is the main one I'm going to talk about, where we have now log base a of x and then the exponent y on the outside. This is going to be a quick one where we can just throw the y towards the front and have it multiply with the logarithmic function. So as an example, let's say that we have log base 2, we have, let's keep it like that, and then 2 is on the outskirts. Or maybe sometimes they don't throw in parentheses, so you might also just see this as log base 2 of 3 squared. And that's fine, because really what we can do here to take this further is just throw that exponent to the front. You saw it, now you're throwing it to the front. 2 drops like it's hot. You're multiplying now with that log base 2 of 3. So this is fair game. We're allowed to rewrite the terms like that. with that fourth property, if we have logs with the same base and the same input, but it's to some power, it's just to that power. So log base 5 squared would be just 2, because 2 is that exponent. But notice that the base and the input have to be the same. We could also see 5 to log base 5. This is for the final property here. And let's say that this is 3. The bases match, so this is just 3. Simple, super easy. A little tricky, especially with how we saw separating the logs when they're adding or subtracting, but that doesn't stop you because you know the property now. And also a little tricky with subtraction, but moving that to division. If you have any questions, bring these to class. Thanks for watching.